Hi, we're going to talk about annotated bibliographies, and you have in your Google Classroom a page that looks like this. This is your assignment page. You're watching this video right here, and then these other two, how to evaluate sources and how to cite sources, you're welcome to look at as well. Especially this one, how to evaluate sources, I think will be helpful for you. Some links there about the OPVL. You're going to make a copy of this document and do your work in these little tables. We're not worried about formatting of your citations right now. We want to see the correct order of the parts. But what we're most interested in is what does the information say, and what's the evaluation of it. So here we go with annotated bibliographies. And first of all, what is an annotated bibliography? It's an alphabetical list of your sources with annotations explaining each of the sources. So this is what it looks like. And now on your template thing, it will look a little different, but these are the parts. So here's the citation. This one, by the way, is in APA format. Because I know that because it has the date right here. That's the main difference between MLA and APA. MLA has the date later in the citation. APA has it right after the creator, or if no author, right after the title. You can see it's split into two paragraphs. So here, the first paragraph, we have a section about what the information says, a summary. And then in the second paragraph, we have an evaluation of the source. Who wrote it? Why do we believe that they're good? And so forth. Why bother with this? It seems annoying to you probably, but it's a very important step in any large research task. The reason it's important is it helps you get an overview, you and your supervisor, of what you have found out so far and what level of quality you have found so far. Your sources and the quality of your sources will determine the quality of your paper. And so it's much better to see right now at the beginning if you have quality sources and if you have the kinds of information that will answer your question. So your supervisor should be able to read through your sources and see how your answers in your paper, your evidence in your paper, will be shown. So how do you do it? Here it says APA. You can do APA or MLA, whichever one your supervisor recommends. So you cite each source properly, and then you write your annotations underneath. Easy as pie. There are two places I'd like you to have a look at for making your citations. One is the Oregon Library System site. That is a citation maker that thinks. It's doing the thinking because you're putting the information in a smart way. So I recommend being very familiar with that one because it will help you to proofread and check that all your citations are correct. The other one to have a look at is PaperPile, which is a citation tool and bookmarking tool and kind of a way for you to keep all your things together. And it will also do the citations for you, but they might not be right, so you have to check them. So here's this first one, the Oregon Library System. I'll just scoot myself over here. And the way it works is when it opens up, you choose from the list here the type of source that you have, and then it will show you an example of what the source will look like when it's finished, and you fill in the information. So I'll just show you a quick example right here. This is for MLA. So if I have a newspaper article, for example, or a journal, it's showing me right here these examples of how it should look. So if I have a source that's been cited by an automatic generator, I could come here and check out these examples. But then look at this. This is what I really like about this one. It asks, how many authors are in this source? How many people created it? Oh, I've got one author. I've got three. Super. If I've got three authors, it tells me I only have to fill in one. So this thing is very smart in knowing exactly what's needed for the different types of sources. You fill in all the different things. It gives you choices based on what you fill in, and you choose create citation below. You keep making them, and you get a long list of your citations, and then you send it to your drive. So I'm a huge fan of this particular tool. The other one is PaperPile, and maybe you're already using this. If you are, congratulations. It's a great, great thing. Helps you keep all of your sources together. However, you must make sure that everything is complete. So see right here in my example, I have one right here that says incomplete, which means I would need to go back into PaperPile and fill in anything that's missing. So it would look like this, for example. Here's some things in PaperPile. Here I've got one that says incomplete. Okay, so I'm going to go over here and edit it, and it's going to give me all the different fields depending on what it is. I'll choose what is it, and it will give me the different fields that I need to fill in here. If I don't do this and I go to press the citation, I go up here, click these and say, hey, cite it. I always check the citation style. I want APA or MLA or whatever I want. I choose it. And then when I go here, I've selected these and I say, okay, cite it for me. There it is, copied, and now I can view. Let's view it. If I haven't made that change, the citation is not going to be correct. See, here it is, and it's only got 2 words there. That's not right. So when you're using PaperPile, which is fabulous, it's your responsibility to make sure that everything is complete and filled in. Okay, so that's the citation part, which is very important. And then you're going on to the annotation part. Oh, I forgot to tell you, I made an app for you for citations. So here, this only works for MLA, but if you scan this code right here, I'll give you a second, you can scan it, or you can go to the slides. And just scan it and save it to your phone home screen, then all of these things are live. And so you have questions, how things are supposed to look, different examples. You have it on your phone in case you ever want to have a quick check. I don't know if it's useful, but you can give it a try. Okay, so I'm having trouble moving my slides here. So then the next thing that we're talking about is the annotation part. And this is the writing part. So there are 2 parts to the annotation, which means that each annotation should be 2 paragraphs. The first paragraph should be about your, the first paragraph should be about your summary. So a summary of all the information in your source. What did you learn? What are the key points? The second part of your annotation, your second paragraph, is an evaluation of the source. Why is it worth your time? Why is it good for your research? What limitations might it have? Who is behind it? What is the purpose of that information? Really dig in and be critical. It's better for you to notice any problem with the source now and address it than to just assume, oh, it's fine. So if it's a YouTube video and you're worried that it's not going to be seen as credible, look at who posted it. What can you find out about that person and their background and the kind of information that they have put out into the world? Do this thing, triangulation. So see if you can find a few different places where that information exists to try to get a sense of how credible it is, how much authority that author or creator has. So spend time thinking about that. You don't have to, for this assignment, you're doing the sources that you're actually going to use in your paper, not everything that you read. So you may have 5 sources, and that's great. You don't have to have 15 for this, okay? Only the things that you're really going to use. So here's an example from last year of a correct entry. So here's the citation. I can see it's MLA because there's the date late in the citation. Here's the summary. It's pretty short. I think it could be a little longer. I think we told them last time it only had to be a couple sentences, but it should be more like a paragraph summary. And then here an evaluation of the source. So the person is saying, okay, it's from 2010, but it was revised in 2017. So, that's how it should look at first glance. These are a bit short, but I picked it because it fits on the slide. This one is not correct. This part here is longer, which is great, but this is just a link, and that is not correct at this stage. We want to see that you can do your correct citations here. Do it here, and it will save you time later. So we're really looking for these to be full citations, not just a link. All right, that is it from me. Please email me if you have any questions.